So if the suit, especially in the butt, which always happens there, if it feels like it's biting, like the client complains, or it's wavy, or it X's out on the machine, that means it's not touching right. And then you might look at it, and it looks right now, and it looks like, oh, it looks like touching, but it's not. Look, I don't know if you can see this, but I can put my hand between my butt and my electrode, so it's definitely not touching. If you can see this right here, it will feel like it's electrocuting me, long story short. So what you need to do is, first of all, when you dress the client, you have to pull the butt all the way up, right? You hold it here up while she's buckling and tightening it. Once that's done, this has to be really tight to make sure this is good, and then this needs to be filled up, right? So when they do squats, you should fill it up. Like when I say it's touching, but when they come up here, this is the area when it's not touching. So this is when they straight out their legs, when it should be like shocking them, right? So you don't want that. So you need to move the electrodes around. So there's the electrode. It's not touching right now, but it's touching here. So, or you tell them to go all the way down, all the way up, and like stop right here, so it's still filled up with their butt. But nothing is broken, it's just not touching. When you feel that like shocking feeling, the electrode is not touching correctly. Same could be with the chest, same could be with the abs, it could be anywhere, okay? So make sure that that's what it is. So just look around and make sure it's touching. You can literally pull this over, and you can see that it's not touching. There's a giant electrode right here, okay? So then also you have to, and it might mean that that person needs smaller pants, by the way. You don't know that. So, I mean, until you check, just because let's say she's an XL, that doesn't mean she should be wearing XL. You might be able to fit her in the large, just because her butt is small or whatever, or the opposite. Sometimes it will bite here because some women have like really big butt and very skinny legs. So then, of course, to pull it up, you have to move with the extra large, for a short, really big butt woman, the electrode would be like all the way down here for the hamstrings. So you have to move it from here all the way up like right here, just because how they sit in the suit. So if it's shocking them, just turn it off. That muscle, if you don't want to take up the suit and you're running short on time, and tell them that we need to move it around, or take it off real quick and move it around. And you have to like measure it to her body, by the way. So make sure you know where her hamstring is, right? So just move the actual electrode there and measure it up. Measure up the pants to the actual client, okay? And then don't just like, oh, it's at the right place. No, you might have to move the actual electrode around inside the pants, left, right, up and down, okay? And then other thing, if they feel like sharp pain, like somebody like stabbing you with a knife basically, or needle, that pain is from, she either have a cream on, some sort of a cream, she might have shaved this morning or last night, or even the day before, and she might have cut herself somewhere. But even if she didn't cut herself, if she just shaved the morning of or the day before, she will feel like that stabbing feeling. So make sure you ask her those questions too.